that shine is not precious, but mainly everything that glitter is definitely not gold. Beyonce always been a beautiful woman, a whole life. But the things that she was subjected to in the entertainment business are the same things Michael Jackson was subjected to as a young child. The same thing Jennifer Hudson was subjected to on American Idol. They all have to face these same type of demons in the entertainment industry. Where was her help? Where was Matthew Knowles when this was going on? Now the cat is out the bag. People are seeing that Beyoncé was groomed from a very young age to go with the flow, to be a part of this industry that is sick, twisted, and demonic. And now that she's older, there's accusations about Beyonce that I hate to mention. There's accusations about indecencies on her behalf that a lot of people really don't want to face. But we got to talk about these things tonight. Make sure y'all do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button too. Without further ado, we got to get into this Beyonce being groomed news.
Here, you can do. You want to sit up? You want to make this easier? You can sit on my lap, Michael.
He didn't even finish the sentence before she squatted. And did y'all hear that? When she sat down, her face is letting it be known that whatever's in that drink got her loose. And this woman don't have a problem with it. She looking like, that's right, girl. Get it, girl. That's right, Beyonce. That's how we make money around here, baby. She looking up at her like, it won't be your first time and it won't be your last time. She's braless while Beyonce is sitting on this man's lap. It got a porn scenery around there. The studio set up like it's all about some brown booty. Cause I seen setups like this before. You were with a phone like that, it's a Rodney Jerkins production in the making. Look at this.
All right, here we go. Come on over here. Here, you can do. You want to sit up? You want to make this easier? You can sit on my lap, Michael.
Oh my God.
Michael. Hi. Okay, we're in. Okay. All right, we're in the studio, and I have Beyonce.
She sat on the meat part, y'all. She didn't sit on, well, she sat on the bone, but not the bone where she was supposed to be sitting. Wait a minute.
Michael? Michael? Hi. Okay, we're in. Okay. All right, we're in the studio, and I have Beyonce sitting on my lap, and I'm gonna put you on speakerphone.
He got his hand on her. He got his hand on her, y'all. He cuffing the booty in front of everybody, man. He wrapped his hand around, put the cuffs on it. Look at him. Look at his frame. Now, it's ironic that he on the phone with Michael Jackson and all the allegations out there about him, sticky underwear under his bed, little tighty whities, crunchy tighty whities, all in his bedroom. That's what his house cleaning lady said. She come in there, it got drawers, doodle drawers in the pool at Michael Jackson house. Said he had a jacuzzi in his bedroom, little boy drawers in the jacuzzi, hot, crunchy, sticky underwear underneath the pillowcase, just drawers. And Beyonce looked like she's no older than 15 on the phone with Michael Jackson while sitting on this man's lap. This whole situation is bad.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on speakerphone to talk to her, and give. Okay, you're shaking. Okay, you ready? Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna pass out.
Michael?
Yes, Mark.
Here we go. I have Beyonce here.
Hi.
Hi, Beyonce.
How you doing?
Well, good. I really appreciate you doing this because we're giving back.
I'm very honored. I can't believe I'm doing this.
What was she on, y'all? Let's be real. She don't look sober for not 1 second at all. She looked like she out of her mind. Wasn't a Bob Marley. I thought that was Busy Bone sitting on that man's lap, the way she acting and moving. Eyes all over her head. I'm gonna miss everybody. I'm gonna miss everybody that's gone. That's gone.
Yes, because good. I really appreciate
Doing?
Well, good. I really
That look on her face says it all.
Well, good.
That look right there, that ain't no sane look. What was going on? I see a little bit of Alizé, maybe some Hennessy. Was she drunk in love back then, or is that something that started in her late 20s or early 30s? Well, how long this been going on? Because let's be real, let's talk about this. A lot of them Richie Rich kids get exposed to a lot of things early, especially those child stars. Y'all seen the Jackson 5? They was performing in front of grown people. Michael, 5 years old at the titty bar. So, baby, I want. That's why he don't want women now. It's spooked. He don't seen too much at an early age. Those child stars, they're invited. Y'all remember? Matter of fact, let me show y'all what I'm talking about real quick. While we talking, we gonna get back to Beyonce, but I gotta make this point clear. Look, no, I'm gonna do it like this. Y'all stay tuned. Show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. Lil Bow Wow was in the club with grown people when he was just a kid. He had no business being at a gangster party with Snoop Dogg back in the day. Strip clubs, partying with Jay-Z, and he only 12 years old. They'll have your ass. They'll think you a grown woman. They mistook him for Lil Mama back in the day. So for Beyonce, hell yeah, she been around and done seen some things that she shouldn't have been around or seen.
Okay, you ready? Okay, hold on.
Oh no. I'm gonna pass out.
Michael?
Yes, Mark.
Here we go. I have Beyonce here.
Hi.
Hi, Beyonce.
How you doing?
Well, good. I really appreciate you doing this because we're giving back.
I'm very honored. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
But thank you. Brad Buxer is putting down the track now.
Right here, Michael.
Brad,
Yes.
you're putting down the track now.
Yep.
Yeah, Beyonce's gonna go in the studio and lay it down now, and you're gonna give her inspiration.
Michael, when she was listening to the track, she fell in love with it immediately.
Yes, I did. I love it.
You did?
Yeah,
Yes.
immediately, Michael.
It's wonderful.
She lit up, immediately from the very first line of the first verse.
So please don't, Beyonce. My voice.
Your voice sounds great.
You sound.
He was getting over the flu when we recorded this.
You know, the flu. I had the
And-
flu.
This is only his demo track for everyone
That's
to
how his
hear,
voice
so-
sounds when it's
Yeah.
when he has the flu.
Well,
And the hell with the casting couch. She passed all that. It ain't no casting couch at this point when you sitting on laps and you in a whole nother arena. You already been broken in for them to even make the suggestion, the auto suggestion to where she complied immediately. Should let anybody know that, you know, if you want to be in the industry like that and you want to do songs with Michael Jackson and you think they just gonna hand it to you, I don't think these type of things are just handed to people. Like, regardless of your talent, you know, you got to be willing to go through the gauntlet. And that's why I respect a lot of these artists, because in order to get to where they are, You never know what they had to go through to get there. And this is old. People seeing this way back in the day and making a big to do about it now. But the whole point of me making this video is to bring up the conversation of if Beyonce was subjected to this and she was able to make it very far into her career. I mean, she the shit, man. She got to be the number one artist, especially Black American artist. She might just be number one. I can't think of nobody topping her as an artist. She's the biggest artist we have of today. Trying to think of somebody else that's bigger, but I can't. She's the biggest artist of today. And as you can see, she came up in an environment to where you had to subject yourself to who knows in order to get to that position. So for all the people out there that want to be famous, you want all of these things, are you willing? And I know y'all willing. I don't even need to ask that question. I know y'all willing to do whatever it takes to get a bag. So I'm not trying to make it seem like she a horrible person or she a stupid person, because your average person, if you was put in a situation back then to do a song with Michael Jackson, you probably would have did worse than sitting on somebody's lap. Let's be real. But we got to move on because people talking about this and I want to hear a different perspective about all this. So let me get the radio together. Y'all listening? Okay, listen to this.
Have y'all heard about this? It's Beyonce sitting on this guy's lap and it's old footage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to play the clip so that we can see it and take it in. We're going to unmute ourselves. We're going to talk over it. There's not a whole lot happening in the clip. I'll kind of talk through it a little bit just to give people an idea.
Come on over here. Here, you can do it. You want to
Okay,
sit
so
up?
what you're looking at
You wanna
here,
make this easier? You can sit on my lap. Michael?
it's Beyonce back in like
Michael?
2001.
Hi. Okay, we're in. Okay. All right, we're in the studio, and I have Beyonce sitting on my lap, and I'm gonna put you on speakerphone.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you on speakerphone to talk to her, and give. Okay, you're shaking. Okay, you ready? Okay, hold on.
Oh, no. I'm going to pass out.
Michael,
Yes, Mark.
here we go. I have Beyonce here.
Hi.
Hi, Beyonce.
How you doing?
Well, good. I really appreciate you doing this because we're giving back.
I'm very honored. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
But thank you. Brad Buxer is putting down the track now.
Right here, Michael.
Brad,
Yes.
you're putting down the track now.
Yep.
Yeah, Beyonce's gonna go in the studio and lay it down now, and you're gonna give her inspiration.
See, man, that's why it's best that people just, if you can avoid situations like this, you know. But in order to avoid situations like this, you must don't want to really get nowhere like that, because you got to be a people pleaser to a certain extent. You got to make people feel comfortable and show them that you're comfortable. Because if you're uncomfortable, then things are going to be uncomfortable. So grooming is necessary. That's like if you bring a dog home and he ain't familiar, he ain't feeling it. He around there, he waiting at the door. He ain't trying to get acquainted. You don't spend all your money for that dog. He simply don't want to be there. Then, you know, either you open the door and let him out, or you gonna groom him and get his mind right. I guess grooming is necessary to a certain extent. I mean, we all have to be groomed. If you've been working a job for 10 years plus, your ass groomed. If you've been doing anything for a long time, you've been in a certain, how you've been living in a certain location for a long time. And a lot of people hate where they stay. They hate their neighborhood, hate the house or whatever. But when you groomed for it, and that's the only opportunity, the only situation you find yourself in, you can't think of another scenario, then you might as well try to get comfortable. So for Beyonce, she never really had a choice like that. Her parents made her choice for her. It's not like she waited until she got into sixth grade and said, "Hey, I decided I want to be a teacher." And a lot of times it take longer than that for people to find out what they want to do. But could be 50 years old and say, "Hey, I want to be a doctor," and they get up, go to school, and become a doctor. But for her, she didn't wake up one day and say, "I want to be an R&B singer." That's a path that was already laid down for her. So whatever she was going through, whatever she experienced, that's just a part of her being an R&B singer. As far as her understanding goes, that's the role that was given to her. She do a hell of a good job at it. And this is an isolated situation. I wonder if it ever got any deeper than this. That's something we don't know. Because this is gruesome. But is there any other extremes? Now, I heard stories or whatever the case. I don't want to revamp those stories because, like I said, they're just stories. But there's a possibility that things got even more raunchier than this, you know? And for the people listening, people been through traumatic experiences and at the time didn't even realize what was going on. Didn't even, and now looking back at it, now that you're grown, you probably like, man, I wish I would have ripped that motherfucker head off his neck. I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have did that. It's too late. You've already been groomed. And how long do the grooming last? How long do it take for groomed people to start grooming people? Because you figure if this how I got it, I'll be damned if you get it any old, get it another type of way. Let me show y'all this real quick. Hold on, get it together. Y'all need to see this. Because this got me wondering. Let me pull this up. Matter of fact, I don't know which one to look at first. Okay, we're going to deal with this one. I can't help but wonder and to think what the hell was going on with them Bailey sisters. Now, when you go on to Epstein Island and all of that, and you know, you got them weirdos in your circle, and that's how y'all do, be grooming young people. Like I said, it was done to her by the looks of things. I don't know these people personally, but what was going on here, man? And this could be completely innocent, but the way she turned out, she the damn freak of the week. Chloe Bailey is the 2026 Adina Howard. And nobody seen it coming. She just came out one day popping it and nobody even asked for it. We thought they was gonna be some clean cut gospel singers damn near. I mean, why would they have to betray their innocence? You know what I'm saying? Who would convince them to be sexual at all? Especially with all the women's rights and they were some wealthy, successful women of color. Why in the hell would they be subjected to freakage? But somehow, some way, that's the way it turned out. They look like the Witch Avengers. They need to do a whole series on them. Witches with superpowers and vocals. Instead of SWV, it'd be WWV, Witches with Voices. They throwing up their black fists, black excellence and all that with a mean twerk to go along with that. What the hell going on down there? Was these girls groomed? What happened? Because she started getting thick on them and they had to let the world know about it. They exploited the living life out of this young lady. they didn't promote her album or nothing. So if she, what happened, man? All we can do is guess, but I speculate that something don't sit right with this. Okay, now this is another point I want to make real quick. Let me get this together for y'all. I got to get this together. Y'all need to see it. I think this is it. Hold on, no, I think this is it. Hold on.
Didn't invent house. She ain't got the courage to, that's what ain't nobody saying. She ain't got the courage to say,
She ain't give it to back.
man,
She ain't
please
get a
cut
credit
that
to
lady off that thing, man.
They got the all that music and stuff going. I want to get a clean version of it for y'all so y'all can hear what this man had to say. Hold on. Y'all stay tuned. Cause they a lot of times they scrub the internet of this stuff. I'll be looking for it and it don't be there no more. And it's looking like they probably scrubbed the internet of this what my man Corey was saying about Beyonce. Hold on. If it ain't here, it ain't nowhere. So, and I just seen it a couple of weeks ago. They will do a sweep. Hold on. Hold comb. Is this it? Damn, I can't believe I don't see it. I've been scrolling for like, I don't know. How long it been? 3 minutes? Okay, this got to be it. Look.
They saw us that Beyonce was bragging on how they gonna steal their shit. They had the shit when she was doing.
Still got that music in the back. I can't do it.
Everybody going to see Beyonce, but let me tell you something. I think it is highly offensive for people who are smart enough to really know what's happening. Look, y'all talk all that shit about R. Kelly. Beyonce was on that island where they was killing kids. Beyonce was on Pedo Island. Beyonce and the camp. They said she was in there like, right.
I hope I can go see her again.
She was singing to little kids. If you like it, put your mouth on it. This is what I'm saying. It's like you give her a pass. You give her a pass. She can have a concert and everything after she's a known participant.
Wait. Let's try to deal with this, y'all. Now we know for a fact that Michael Jackson was on Weirdo Island. And with this situation with Beyonce and Michael Jackson, I guess birds of a feather. I don't want to believe the rumors. Look. Man. Oh, it's a couple of points I want to bring up. So let me do this. Okay, let me get this all situated. This sunlight, I gotta do something about sunlight killing me. Okay. Let's deal with this real quick. Maybe y'all can help me make sense out of this. I finally got around to seeing the Michael movie. I seen it, wasn't impressed, but I don't want to dog it too bad. But I noticed in the movie, he never moved out. He stayed with his parents the whole movie, even though he was making millions of dollars. He went diamond. He sold 100 million copies, and he still came. He fired his father from being his manager and still went home making ice cream in his room playing with bubbles. And it made no sense whatsoever. But according to LaToya Jackson, he was there. But while he was there at the family home where the brothers lived, the mother, the father lived, it was a big, big house. So everybody had their own sections and all that. But according to LaToya, Michael was bringing them boys by the bus over there. Every other week, it was another boy, another fan in the room with Michael, door closed. And the whole fam already knew what was going on in there. This was in them Thriller days, but off the wall. This was before Thriller. This one he was still working with the Jackson 5 and all that. They already knew what was going on. At his mama's in them house. Draws all over the place. According to LaToya. Don't make me pull it up, man. It came out. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and pull it up. We're going to get to Beyonce. Let me pull this up. Because it's sickening, man. Hold on. Y'all stay tuned. She said that motherfucker. Look.
What does Michael think of women, based upon what you've heard and experienced?
No, based upon what he's actually told me repeatedly throughout the years and the way he's felt about them. And he's actually had no interest whatsoever.
But is he gay?
You know, let's put it this way. My mother has always said that he's, I hate to use this word, she's always said that he's a
Who said that?
My mother. She would always say this. And I would always say, Mother, you shouldn't say that. And she said, well, he is. And she would always say that.
You think he liked women?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
She switched up her story later in life. She said that her mama always said that about him. And in the movie, they had him having ice cream, sitting with his moms, like everything was all hunky-dory. But she was calling him all types of weirdos. And she didn't agree with none of that stuff he had going on with them boys. His mother couldn't stand it. Hold on. Let me do this. No, they trying to cover up her damn tracks. Here we go, look.
Well, LaToya, the book is getting a lot of attention. Very controversial. How do you feel now that it's out? Any regrets that you wrote it, or anything you'd like to delete or straight ahead?
No regrets whatsoever. I feel very good. Actually, it was therapy for me, and to release everything out of my system, actually. It felt very good.
That can do that sometimes. Writing a book can relieve you
yes.
of everything inside.
You called it a highly dysfunctional family, although on the surface it seemed like the American dream.
Yes, of course, naturally. In our family, because that was always that facade up there, smiling in front of the cameras, but when we got home, it was totally different. We lived an entirely different lifestyle at home.
So wait a minute, wait. This is the point I'm trying to make. The grooming is taking place while Michael is on the phone. So is that a part of his wishes to make sure that she broken in? Because hell, if you want to get a song from me and what I had to go through in order to get into this entertainment industry, I ain't giving away no freebies. The same way I got in, the same way you gonna get in. So while he on the phone, the molestation is already taking place. Is that how he wanted it? Are they just, setting the tone to let them know, hey, she's one of ours. We ain't got nothing to worry about with this one. She's a part of the club. Because look at this, y'all. This is MJ. Posted up. Look, Diana Ross. He got a song called Dirty Diana. And the allegations is that she was taking advantage of Michael when he was a little boy. She was one of the people, not the only one, but one of the people that was taking advantage of Michael when he was a child, and he ain't know no better. Oh, come sit on my lap, Michael. I got some more peach cobbler for you, baby. A fucking blackberry cobbler. They had to bleep out the people faces. They were Bill Clinton. They on their way to Epstein Island, and when they get there, you think Epstein a vampire. Look at Michael. Think Epstein a monster. Look at the dude he with. Who more twisted? Who more sinister? And to think that this man had Beyonce sitting on them people's lap while they working on his track. Look at them kids. Now, this the sickest part of all, as far as the movie is concerned. Because at the end of the movie, he decided that he was going to build Neverland. And it's a compound. Epstein Island is bad. But Neverland is a whole nother type of sick. Look. This compound is demonic. He built it so all the kids in the world, for the men out there that got a preference and you got it tight, wouldn't you want your situation to attract what you want? Let's say you like beautiful blondes. You might have a bunch of Barbie shit going on at your mansion. Pictures of Marilyn Monroe around that mug. You'll make it a sanctuary. This dude, he turned his house into an amusement park. So all the kids in the 50-mile radius coming straight in his direction. Hell, from all over the world. He invested his money into a playpen for boys. For young, impressionable kids, fucking Disney fans, or whatever. If you was into gothic chicks, and you had the money, and you just infatuated with gothic chicks, you would probably build a haunted castle or something, Transylvania, if that was your fantasy. But this is so twisted to where, Epstein had his island where they was doing the unthinkable, but this man had a damn Peter Pan ranch doing what he was doing. So swing that back to Beyonce, and she all caught up in his web. Now that she's grown, what was this all about? I seen some shit. I could go on all night. Matter of fact, let me do this real quick, and then I'm gonna get ready to shut this down. Y'all need to see this, man, because it drove me crazy. Look.
There is an NFL player named Larry Johnson, ex-NFL player. But here is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. This man was friends with Beyonce and Jay-Z. This is where the story gets interesting. Larry Johnson has came out and said something about Beyonce that I have yet to hear from anyone. Check out what he says on this interview.
When Jay was going after B was a very young woman. Now, I did a Rockaware photo shoot in Colorado. Naomi Campbell was there, actress Jamie King was there, Jay was there, B was there. He rented this house, and we were supposed to do this rap party for this photo shoot. We were watching LeBron play, and after the game, it had to have been like 10 or 11 o'clock. So we getting ready to party. Mind you, it's all adults. There was a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old teenage Latin girl that was there, and I think she had to leave because she had school and she had to do homework, but she brought her mother with her. So it was no funny business going on, which I could respect that. So when 11 o'clock hit, we turned on the music, we started drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young children. I don't know where they came from, for a rap party at 11 o'clock at night, drinking loud music and us dancing wild. Like, I don't know where these kids came from. I happened to sit down because I was dancing with one of the assistants. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy, or isn't this sexy? I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy, or isn't this sexy? And in my mind, and mind you, I'm not awakened as I'm awakened now. So in my mind, I'm like, what did she just say?
Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. What was going on around there? And what are they into? He said Naomi Campbell was there. She was with Epstein too. Hold on, y'all. I gotta do this. Hold on. Hold on. Wasn't Naomi Campbell in the Michael Jackson video? Remember the time? She was with Bill Clinton, Epstein, Weinstein, Diddy. He said Naomi Campbell was at the party with the kids. Strong J was helping them groom them kids, y'all. Oh no. Michael Jackson, Naomi. Stephen Hawkins even went over there. He pushed the button on the kids. What type of sickery is this? She brought the kids on stage with Michael to win his award. Man, I am sick to my stomach. They was eating people? How sick can you be? So she be the one gathering the kids and bringing them to the celebrities and stuff. And Beyonce said it was sexy? Allegedly. Oh no. Man, hold on. Y'all need to see this, man, because now it got me concerned. But now I'm worried. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Y'all wait 1 second while I get this together, man. Okay, I had to take care of that real quick. Where was I? This got me worried. What's going on with my shit? Okay, here it go. Y'all listening? Okay, come on. Tell me how y'all feel about this. I don't know how to feel about this. And you know, it always raised some red flags. But you figure, hey, it is what it is. Because, you know, you don't talk about nobody. And don't think I'm about to talk about nobody's kids, because that's not what I do. You know, that's not what we do on Docs Daily. But it's a lot of stuff that I felt like it was inappropriate. But who am I to judge, or who am I to say anything? But with these allegations and these talks about groomage and grooming, and that's the industry they're a part of, and hell, this woman is the master teacher. What's up with all that makeup though? That's what I don't understand. Like they doing too much too soon. And Jay-Z in on it too. She wasn't even, the Met Gala is what, 18 and up? And they pulled some strings so she can come to the Met Gala. And I'm pretty sure there's a reason why it's 18 and up, because it's a lot of fucking vultures and people, you know, they got bad intent. You got to be able to move. And you figure she with both her parents, but still, that's not an environment for young kids. But to them, according to this dude, It's young kids all in their environment. He said 11 o'clock at night, a rap party. Out the blue, they partying, dancing, getting they grown and sexy on. Next thing you know, they release the kids like they some balloons in the party. And they all in there on some Epstein and Beyonce got the nerve to say, ooh, this sexy, ain't it? Wait a minute.
But she brought her mother with her. So it was no funny business going on, which I could respect that. So when 11 o'clock hit, we turned on the music, we started drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young children. I don't know where they came from. For a rap party at 11 o'clock at night, drinking loud music and us dancing wild. Like, I don't know where these kids came from. I happened to sit down because I was dancing with one of the assistants. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy, or isn't this sexy? I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy, or isn't this sexy? And in my mind, and mind you, I'm not awakened as I'm awakened now. So in my mind, I'm like, what did she just say? And then I didn't pay no attention to it. And then, you know, obviously the liquor took hold of me and I had to leave. So I said bye to everybody and left. But those kids remained. I don't know if those kids were from the photo shoot themselves, but the fact that these kids came around adults during drinking hours or partying hours was already alarming to me. So when I hear something like this happens,
a room full of pedos. That's what it sounded like. A whole room full of them. The whole man. I remember when I first started doing YouTube or whatever. It was a chick. I forgot what her name was, man. She hit me up. She was in the entertainment industry, and she like, oh, you could do this and you could do that or whatever. And she was like, I'm not gonna say the person, but a big time music executive. I mean, big time. If I said his name, you'll be shocked. She said that she's his assistant and that he's trying to get her help so he can get it in with his own mama. And she was confused, like, well, I don't know what to tell him, man. I mean, that's his mother. He just won't let up about it. And that's his main fantasy. He can't stop thinking about it. He want me to help set up the situation. He don't know how to break it to her, but that's his own mama. I'm like, it's sick people like that. And I mean, it's sick people in every industry. It's just sick people in the world, but it seemed like you got to be a special kind of different in order to thrive in the entertainment business. But as far as all this stuff about Beyonce, it's allegations. We don't know what's going on for real. But one thing for sure, she around some weird company. Look at this.
It's easier you can sit on my lap. Michael?
Now, some of you guys might have seen this clip that recently started circulating of a 20-year-old Beyonce sitting on the lap of a producer named Mark Schaffel. And the whole reason Beyonce was even around this man in the first place had to do with Michael Jackson. So this was back in 2001, right after 9/11, and Beyonce had just turned 20 at the time. In the footage, Beyonce is talking to Michael Jackson over the phone about potentially working together. Around the same time, Michael was putting together his charity record, What More Can I Give? But when you actually look into who Mark Schaffel is and what eventually happened between him and Michael Jackson, this clip gets a whole lot stranger. So basically, this was recorded all the way back in 2001, and while portions of this footage have existed for years, it really started making the rounds on a much larger scale recently. At the time, Beyonce was, of course, like I said, only 20 years old, still a member of Destiny's Child, and she was in the studio recording vocals for Michael Jackson's charity single What More Can I Give? And that's where the man sitting right there comes into the story. His name is Mark Schaffel, and at this point, Mark was actually working pretty closely with Michael Jackson. He was the executive producer behind the charity project and essentially one of the people helping Michael organize everything behind the scenes, coordinating sessions and bringing together this massive list of artists that Michael wanted on a record. and Beyoncé was one of those artists. So in this footage, Beyoncé is sitting there with Mark and Michael's team when Michael ends up calling during the session. And Beyoncé is clearly starstruck. I mean, who would not be? She's being told Michael is a huge fan of hers. She can barely believe she's about to speak to him. And then at one point, Mark looks at Beyoncé and says, "You want to make this easier? You can sit on my lap."
You want to make this easier? You can sit on my lap. Michael?
Now, the backstory to all this is actually quite interesting.
Is that motherfucking Epstein? They looking like they just showed up to gym class. And all the boys are waiting. He looked like a gym teacher. This nigga looked like a fucking weird math teacher. And Michael, he's all the way mucked up. I could see the demons in their eyes. While they standing there looking all creepy, that's when Epstein come in the back door. The party really started to go down. With Beyonce on his lap. You know he sniffed his knee when she got up, man. And she didn't look fresh at all when she was sitting on his lap. She looked like her hygiene was bad. And she probably had to be that way because these sick bastards, that's the way they like it.
Because the man Beyoncé is sitting on wasn't just some random producer who happened to be in the room. Mark Schaffel had become somebody who was working pretty closely with Michael around this time. The two had reportedly become friends a few years earlier. And despite Mark having basically no background,
Why they got them young, y'all seen all them young chicken heads they had in the video? That's motherfucking Carlton from Fresh Prince.
friends a few
That is Carlton. He banged him too. Man, this is sick.
years earlier. And despite
Why they doing their heads like that? Y'all seen that?
Mark having basically
Like, you gonna get it, motherfucker. They point out they man and do their head like that.
no background in the music business,
They put their hand on their knee with it. Did y'all see? Man, they did the gawk, then put their hand on their knee like they got tired with
friends a few years earlier. And despite Mark having
you, motherfucker.
basically
I'm
no background
tired of doing it. They got tired of back hurting, working overtime. I can't believe what I just saw, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all something that's really gonna blow y'all mind. Oh my God, this is about to be crazy. Y'all probably never seen this before. Look, hold on. Let me get it so y'all can see what the hell they doing. Look. He grabbing the man in front of him. You see he grabbing the waist and then pulling back. He grabbed the waist, grab the cheeks, and push them back. That's the move. Then they start to beat it. Look. Hold on, y'all gonna see them? Look, they get to beating it. Hold on, get it together, man. Look, beat it. They wind that ass, they throw that ass back like that. Keep on throw that ass back. And then they start to, You beat it. Beat, beat, beat. They just whacking. They say we ain't got to fight. You could show them who funky. We don't have to be out here fighting and brawling. Just beat it. And they all took turns. Look. Beat. 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 It's sick, man. Them choreographers be on some old other shit. So when I seen this, I knew this was bad.
And despite Mark having basically no background in the music business, Michael eventually brought him in as the executive producer for this What More Can I Give record. Now mind you, this was a huge project. Michael was basically trying to put together another massive charity record in the spirit of We Are the World, following 9/11, bringing in artists like Mariah Carey, Celine Dion, Usher, and Destiny's Child. So Mark suddenly found himself helping oversee a Michael Jackson record filled with some of the biggest artists in the world. And Michael clearly trusted this guy. So when you see Beyoncé sitting there talking to Michael on the phone, that's the position Mark had managed to put himself in. And that's when you hear him tell her, "You want to make this easier? You could sit on my lap." Now what makes this story considerably stranger is when Michael Jackson and the people around him would apparently learn about Mark not long after this footage was recorded. Because Mark Schaffel's background wasn't in the music industry, right? Before he ever became the executive producer of a Michael Jackson record, Mark had spent years producing and directing gay porn.
Oh, hell no. I knew it. Just by the way that room was set up. The colors is funky, is giving shag, baby. Yeah. Speaking of shagging and shag rugs and shabby looking environments, wait a minute, y'all. So what did she do for this role? If she with it like that, man, I don't even want to imagine. Because the movie was already raunchy. It already had freaky innuendos the whole damn movie. A gold member and all the whole movie was they could never make another movie like this because it was too raunchy. It was sexual humor. And she played the role to perfection. She basically did everything they wanted her to do. So, the fuck, Michael? Hold on. Michael Caine recalls Beyonce telling him she wanted an Oscar during Austin Powers. Like, oh, sure, honey, I can make that happen. You want an Oscar? Okay, well, you can make this easier and sit on my lap, and we can talk about getting you an Oscar. If that's what you want, I can possibly make that happen for you. She told this old man while she was filming the movie that she wanted an Oscar for Austin Powers. Sure, honey, there's nothing that's impossible. First, we have to work a few things out. I can't believe it that she would even utter something like that to that man. Hey, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do in order to get to where you want to get. Oh, that's her with him again. How many times they were seen together? Beyonce co-star, she wanted to win. They on the red carpet. Was they dating? Damn. They booed up every time you see them back then. Wow. Yeah, I could put 2 and 2 together, man, because he all over them cheeks. Like, ho, boy. Like, I love you and I won an Oscar. Damn. They all look, they kissing this. They, what? They kissing all in public? Giving that man extra sugar? Damn, B. Look, they look like they got caught. Like, don't tell my wife. And don't tell Jay-Z. Like, oh, boy. Like, yeah, y'all caught. He in the cut with the butt. She talking about she want. She looked like she just rolled out of bed. Man. I ain't know she was misbehaving like that. Okay, let's get back into this. Where's that? Listen.
Business partner had owned gay record. Mark had spent years producing and directing gay porn.
Oh, you know Michael knew about that. Don't make it seem like Michael didn't know. And knowing that man is a porn director and to have him in the studio with Beyonce, oh my God, just let it play.
He and a business partner had owned an adult film company, and Mark himself later openly acknowledged that this had been his business for years. And according to Michael Jackson, he had absolutely no idea about this.
Yes, he did.
Years later, during a videotaped deposition, Michael said one of his lawyers actually had to show him footage proving what Mark had previously been doing. And then Michael said, I was shocked.
But Michael was a damn fan. Let's be real. That's why he wanted to work with the man. Oh my gosh, I'm such a fan of your work. The one with the village people, that was my favorite. And the one with the guy with the toolbox, and he came over to the other guy's house and he was trying to fix his wall. And next thing you know, they knocked the wall down. Oh, that was my favorite. When you do your movies, I spent plenty of nights just watching your movies and wondering what was going through your mind. I wanted to pick your mind because, you know, in order to see stuff like that, you have to be on the same wavelength as me. He knew damn well who that was. He reached out. You think you can produce some movies for me, but you have to promise to never tell. Just never tell. Can you produce a movie? I would love to be in one of your movies. It's no telling what they was recording behind the scene. That was his man's. He was on the production team. So what was they really producing when them artists came to work with Michael? Like, okay, this is what we're going to do. You want the song of Michael Jackson? Cool. But first, there's something that we need from you. A little bit of collateral damage, maybe. Okay, I want you to stand right there. Okay, now tick. Damn, man. Y'all see how they do me? They done disconnected the stream. I guess I was getting too excited. Maybe I shouldn't have said them things. Yo, I take back everything I said. What's the last thing y'all heard me say? Take it all back. Beyonce cool with me. Yo, we gonna be back with another one. Hey, let me clear this up before I go. These are all allegations, speculations for entertainment. I don't know if Beyonce was really groomed or not, but by the looks of it, she was in some terrible company. I need to finish listening to what they had to say about this dude because I'm invested now. I got to use the bathroom. I'm hungry, but I need to hear this because this is beyond creepy. Listen.
Proven what Mark had previously been doing. And then Michael said, I was shocked. According to testimony from one of Michael's former attorneys, Michael appeared angry and upset when he was shown the material, and that same night he called Mark and told him that he was off the charity project. So I guess he told him to go and beat it, right? And this is where the story starts getting even messier. Because despite Michael trying to cut ties with Mark in 2001, Mark would somehow end up in Michael's orbit afterward. He later helped Michael produce television specials, handled various business matters for him, and eventually the relationship between these two completely fell apart, to the point where Mark sued Michael Jackson for millions of dollars and Michael countersued him. And by 2006, they were fighting over money in a Santa Monica courtroom. But honestly, the lawsuit itself isn't even the most important part of this story. What's more interesting is what the whole situation says about how close Mark had managed to get to Michael Jackson in the first place. And that's what makes this Beyoncé footage a lot more interesting to me. Because when you first watch it, you're basically just seeing this awkward moment where a young Beyoncé is told to sit on a producer's lap while she's trying to talk to Michael Jackson. Once you know the backstory, you realize that the man sitting there had somehow worked his way into a position where he was now in the room working around Beyoncé and had direct access to Michael. Obviously, I can't look at this clip and automatically turn it into something that Beyoncé herself has.
So she was in there with a certified demon. He directed Men on Men and who God knows what else. That had to be the most eerie environment to be in. So he wasn't there producing no beats. So what did they do before he walked over to the table to talk to Michael Jackson? How she made it that far? What did she have to go through to get on the phone with the man? So when she came in there, she all giddy, all gut. He used to that. A young giddy female and he a porn director. And he got Michael Jackson leverage. Oh my God. He probably had the time of his life. He know all the moves, all the tricks. He know what to say. He know what to do. That's what he do for a living. But what if she was already groomed? When she got to the man, talking about let's make this easy. He didn't even have to finish the sentence. She was, okay, now after knowing all of this stuff, we got to go back and look at this a little bit. Look.
All right, here we go. Come on over here. Here, you want to sit up? You want to make this easier? You can sit on my lap. Michael?
She was coming to sit on his lap. He didn't even have to say nothing, y'all. She was already bringing that ass. Look how she looking. She got the drink in her hand. She already eyeing that man. Like, hell yeah, I'm about to get on this track. Before he pushed back and patted his knee, and she was already coming. Hold on, y'all didn't catch that. Wait a minute. Y'all need to see this for what it is, man. Look.
All right, here we go. Come on over here. Here, you want to sit up? You want to make this easier? You can sit on my.
Oh, that drink was hard, y'all. That shit was, what she was drinking was strong. Because she took a sip. She knew it was coming. She took a little ass sip. That's some straight gas in that cup. Look.
Here you go. Come on over here.
She's swinging hips.
Here, you want to sit up? You want to make this easier? You can sit on my lap.
Oh my God.
Michael?
Oh no. Oh, look at her face, man. Oh, she cringing. Oh, no.
Michael?
And she took a deep breath. She got to wear a smile. Just keep on smiling. Do not stop. Now, that's the perfect example of somebody that's been groomed or being groomed. Just keep on smiling. Regardless of what it is. I've seen the most nastiest things happen, and they just keep on smiling. Yeah, they got her.
Hi. Okay, we're in. Okay.
Goodness.
All right, we're in the studio, and I have
a big fat nasty porn director, y'all. A big he got tapes for days. Holding the camera, that's it. Don't stop. All right. Now, okay, turn around. That's it. All right, we're getting busy with it now. All right, now I need you to stand up. He holding the camera. All you see is a leakage in his pants. He recording the video. He recording the video with a wet patch in his pants. Oh, that's it. Okay. Now, I need you to stand up. No, you lay down. You stand up. All right. Okay, now put that leg there. And you, okay, here we go. Let's get jiggy with it. A damn creeper in Michael Jackson's camp. He sent Beyonce ass up there, and she was wetted. Where the fuck is Matthew? Where is Matthew? I am torn. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I can't even do it no more. Y'all be good out there. I'm hurt. Ooh, that just hurt me to my core. Oh my God, that is terrible.